welcome back to the channel. Today we're unpacking a lens that's got Canon shooters buzzing, the Canon RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM. If you're a photographer or videographer hunting for a compact ultra-wide zoom with a fast f2.8 aperture that won't break the bank, this lens is aiming to steal the show. But does it really deliver pro-grade shots for landscapes, vlogs, or cinematic video? Let's tear it down. Design, connectivity, performance, user experience, price, and whether it deserves a spot in your kit. Grab your camera and let's dive in. What is the Canon RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM? So what's the deal with this lens? Launched in January 2025, the Canon RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM is a full-frame ultra-wide zoom for Canon's EOS R mirrorless cameras, priced at $1,149. It's built to pair with the RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM, giving you a killer f2.8 combo from ultra-wide to standard without the hefty L-series price tag. Think of it as Canon's answer for creators who want rich bokeh, low-light chops, and portability without shelling out for the RF15-35mm f2.8L. With a constant f2.8 aperture, optical image stabilization, and a compact design, it's marketed for everything from sweeping landscapes to vlogging and video production. The STM motor promises quiet autofocus, and in-camera corrections keep the optics sharp. Sounds like a dream for hybrid shooters, so let's see if it's as good as it sounds. Design and build quality. Small but mighty. The RF16-28mm f2.8 STM is a masterclass in keeping things sleek yet tough. It measures 3.0 by 3.6 inches, 76.5 by 91 millimeters when retracted, stretching to 4.4 inches, 112 millimeters at 16 millimeters, and weighs just 15.7 ounces, 445 grams, half the heft of the RF15-35mm f2.8L. It comes in one color, black, with a textured, grippy finish that screams understated pro vibes. The build feels solid, rocking weather sealing for dust and drizzle, though it's not quite L-series bulletproof. You've got a metal lens mount, a smooth 45-degree zoom ring, and a retractable design that shrinks it down for travel. The 67mm filter thread is standard, perfect for polarizers or ND filters. But heads up, the lens hood E73E is a separate 30-ish buy, which is a bit stingy. Optical-wise, it packs 16 elements in 13 groups, including 4 UD lenses and 2 aspherical elements with super spectra coating for crisp, vibrant shots. A customizable control ring and AF/MF switch keep handling snappy, but the lack of a dedicated IS switch might bug some. One quirk, the retractable design means a quick twist to extend before shooting, which could slow you down in a pinch. Still, for a lens this light, it's a travel-friendly champ that won't weigh down your EOS R8 or R6 Mark II. Connectivity. Seamless and straightforward. Canon keeps connectivity simple and creator-focused. The RF16-20mm f2.8 IS STM uses the RF mount's 12-pin interface, delivering fast communication with EOS R cameras for autofocus, stabilization, and in-camera corrections. There's no external connectivity like USB ports. This lens is all about slapping onto your camera and shooting. The lead screw type STM motor syncs with Canon's autofocus systems, supporting face and eye tracking across models like the R5 or R8. It leans on your camera's firmware for focus breathing correction, a boon for video, and distortion fixes are handled in-body to keep the lens compact. Pair it with the Canon Camera Connect app via your camera's Wi-Fi, and you're remotely controlling or transferring shots, though that's more about the camera than the lens. One limit, it's RF mount only, so no love for EOS M or DSLRs without adapters. Also, heavy 8K video files might bottleneck Wi-Fi transfers. Grab a fast card or USB-C cable for big jobs. Otherwise, it's plug and play with zero fuss, letting you focus on the shot. Performance. Sharp and versatile. This lens is where Canon flexes its optical muscle. The 16 to 28mm range covers ultra-wide angles from 108 degrees 10 to 75 degrees, perfect for landscapes, architecture, or squeezing in tight interiors. At f2.8 across the board, you're getting creamy bokeh and low-light performance that punches above its price. MTF charts show its sharp center to corner, especially at 16mm f2.8, rivaling pricier L-series glass, though corners soften slightly at 28mm wide open. Flow state stabilization offers 5.5 stops of shake correction solo, jumping to 8.0 stops center and 7.5 stops corners with EBIS-equipped bodies like the R6 Mark II. Handheld video at 60mm, Silky smooth, even in dim conditions. The STM motor nails fast, silent autofocus for stills, think tracking runners or vloggers, and smooth pulls for video, with minimal focus breathing thanks to in-camera tweaks. It's not perfect. Vignetting pops at 16mm f2.8, though in-camera fixes clear it up. Some note slight chromatic aberration in high-contrast scenes, but it's tame for a non-L lens. Astro shooters might love the f2.8 for night skies, but corner sharpness wide open could be better for pinpoint stars. Stop down to f4 for cleaner results. Compared to the RF16-35mm f2.8L, it trades range for portability, but the limited 1.75x zoom might feel tight versus a classic 16 to 35mm. User experience a creator's best friend. Shooting with the RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM feels like cheating. It's that easy. Landscape photographers can frame epic vistas at 16mm, with foreground interest popping against blurred backgrounds at f2.8. Vloggers on an EOS R8 will love the wide field for selfie videos, with stabilization keeping handheld shots steady. Videographers get cinematic pans and quiet AF transitions, perfect for indie films or YouTube skits. Street shooters can weave through crowds, capturing gritty urban scenes with vibrant colors. The 9-blade aperture delivers smooth bokeh, and the 7.9-inch minimum focus distance at 28mm lets you get creative with close-ups, like dramatic product shots. The app's quick edit tools make tweaking raw files a breeze. Though heavy 8K video editing might tax older phones, use a PC for big projects. Battery life isn't a lens issue, but stabilization draws camera power, so keep spares for all-day shoots. One gripe, the retractable zoom needs extending before use, which isn't instant. Also, no hood included feels cheap for a $149 lens. But for hybrid creators juggling stills and video, this lens is intuitive, lightweight, and a joy to use across scenarios. Price and value, a sweet spot for enthusiasts. Let's talk numbers. Is this lens worth your cash? At $1,149, it's pricier than the RF15-30mm f4.5 6.3 IS STM, $550, but a steal next to the RF15-35mm f2.199 or RF14-35mm f4L, $1,299. Pair it with the RF28-70mm f2.8 for $2,250 total, and you've got 16 to 70mm at f2.8, cheaper and lighter than a single RF24-70mm f2.8L, $2,300. The user experience screams value. Near L-series sharpness, f2.8 versatility, and 8-stop stabilization make it a workhorse for pros and hobbyists. Vloggers save on rigs with that IS, while travel shooters love the 445 grams weight, carry it all day without a sore shoulder. Astro fans get solid low-light performance, though corner softness might nudge purists toward L-glass. Compared to Sony's FE16-25mm f2.8G, $1,200, no IS, or Sigma's 16-28mm f2.8, $900, no IS, Canon's stabilization and RF integration give it an edge. Sure, the short zoom range and no hood sting, and $1,149 isn't pocket change. If you only shoot primes, the RF60mm f2.8 STM, $279, might tempt you. But for a do-it-all ultra-wide that balances cost, size, and quality, this lens is tough to beat. Conclusion: the Canon RF16-28mm f2.8 IS STM is a banger for creators who want pro-level ultra-wide shots without the pro-level price or bulk. Its compact design, rock-solid connectivity, and sharp f2.8 performance make it a go-to for landscapes, vlogs, and videos, with stabilization that's practically magic. The user experience is polished, whether you're a newbie or a seasoned shooter. Yeah, the retractable zoom and missing hood are minor headaches, and the range feels tight for some. But at $1,149, it's a versatile beast that'll have you rethinking pricier L-series glass. If you're ready to capture epic views and silky footage, this lens is calling your name. What's your take? Grabbing this lens or holding out for something else? Hit the comments with your thoughts, and let me know what gear you want me to review next. If you vibed with this video, drop a like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell to stay in the loop. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.